In 1 Kings chapters 11 to 12, God announced to King Solomon that because of his unfaithfulness to God, the kingdom would be taken away from his lineage and given to one of his subordinates. The division of Israel into two kingdoms occurred after King Solomon's death around 930 BC. After Solomon's death, his son Rehoboam became king. The people asked him to ease the heavy taxes and labor burdens imposed by Solomon. However, Rehoboam taxed the people even more heavily. This dismissive response led to a rebellion. 10 tribes rejected Rehoboam and chose Jeroboam as their king, establishing the northern kingdom of Israel. Meanwhile, the tribes of Judah and Benjamin stayed loyal to Rehoboam, creating the southern kingdom of Judah. Around 722 BC, the Syrian king Shalmaneser V, followed by his successor Sargon II, conquered the northern kingdom of Israel and captured and exiled the 10 tribes to Assyria, where they were dispersed to various regions, to what is now known as modern-day Iraq, Iran, and beyond, and they never returned to Israel. That is why they are known as the 10 lost tribes of Israel.
What happened to the 10 lost tribes of Israel? Have you ever wondered what happened to the 10 lost tribes of Israel? Their story begins nearly 3,000 years ago. After King Solomon died, the kingdom of Israel split into two nations. The southern kingdom, called Judah, consisted mainly of the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. The northern kingdom, called Israel, consisted of the other 10 tribes. For about 200 years, the northern kingdom existed on its own. But in 722 BC, the mighty Assyrian Empire invaded Israel, destroyed its capital city of Samaria, and carried many Israelites into exile. The Assyrians scattered the people throughout their empire. Over time, many lost their tribal identities and blended into the surrounding populations. This is why they became known as the 10 lost tribes. For centuries, people have asked, what happened to them? The truth is, no one knows exactly where the descendants of every tribe ended up. Their identities largely disappeared from history, but while history may have lost track of them, God never did. Through his prophets, God promised that he would one day regather his people from the nations. The prophet Ezekiel wrote that God would bring the children of Israel back into their own land. Isaiah declared that God would gather his people from the four corners of the earth. Jeremiah proclaimed that the God who scattered Israel would also gather them. For nearly 2,600 years after the Assyrian exile, the Jewish people lived scattered among the nations. Yet beginning in the late 1800s, and especially after the rebirth of the State of Israel in 1948, millions of Jews began returning to their ancestral homeland in a movement known as Aliyah. Many Christians believe this return is a remarkable fulfillment, or at least a partial fulfillment, of God's promises to regather Israel. Yet the prophets also spoke of something greater than a physical return. They foretold a future spiritual restoration when Israel would fully turn to the Lord and recognize her Messiah. The story of the lost tribes reminds us that God's promises never fail. Empires rise and fall. Nations come and go. People may be forgotten by the world. But God remembers every promise he has made. And if God has not forgotten Israel after thousands of years, you can be sure he has not forgotten you. The same God who gathers the scattered, restores the broken, and fulfills his promises is still at work today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy biblical history and prophecy, please like, subscribe, and share this video. God bless you.